Yo, it's me. I'm back. I'm back. So back. How long has it been? It's been like what? 4 weeks? Past a month, give or take. Wasn't around, do a lot of stuff. I'll tell you why. Let's uh let's really talk about what happened since past WrestleMania, right? It's like and I'm just speaking out of my heart right here. Not going off the script or something like that. It's just regular me just like talking, right? So Backlash happened. Now remember WrestleMania, we was just going back and forth about which show is better, AEW, WWE. Um, and the exhaustion. Everybody was exhausted. It was just too much. And then we just have mediocre programming on both sides. We're still bickering. And then Backlash came in France, Lyon, France. And let me tell you this, I have never seen such a passionate, bold, fun, crazy, wild, insane, spiritual. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. The fact is, that crowd was beautiful. That crowd was magnificent. It takes me back to when I used to love wrestling, right? Remember back in the day you used to love wrestling? Didn't matter all the stories where it was like NWO or Mick Foley, whatever. It was just amazing. It was just fun. We was having a blast. We was enjoying life. This is a country. This is a city within a country. That the only thing that they really have that really brings out that passion is soccer. It's football. That's it. Rarely do you see a wrestling show up in France. It's unheard of. They see it on TV, but they never got the chance to see it live and in person. They had to travel all the way to America in order to watch our beloved shows. They flew miles and miles. These are the same people who stay up at 2 a.m. in the morning just to watch a pay-per-view. And now not only they get to be part of a pay-per-view, but they get to watch it at a time that is easier for them to watch. How are you not going to love that? Any wrestling organization like that can bring that type of show to France, it's good. It's very good. And I'm happy for the French people. They never seen anything like that before. And then I just looked at myself and I look at these Twitter accounts and I'm saying to myself, what am I doing? What am I doing for my mental health? What am I doing for my own sanity? Because I'm wasting my time having to speak to idiots about which show is better, WWE or AEW. Meanwhile, people in France are just happy to see a wrestling show. They're grateful. We're not grateful. America is not grateful. That's the problem with society today. You're not grateful. You're not grateful for living in the greatest renaissance of pro wrestling ever in decades. You're more worried about your self-inflicted ego than enjoying what is right in front of your eyes. So I had to take a step back. I'm starting to realize that I'm part of those people. I'm part of those types of people who talk shit about which show is better and whatnot, getting all defensive about everything. So I had to take a step back. So I stopped podcasting for a while. I stopped going on Facebook. I stopped going on Twitter. The only connections I had with social media during that break was YouTube, for obvious reasons, and Instagram, because I have connections. And if it even wasn't for that, I would get rid of those too, just to speed up my detox process. Because I have come to the realization that a lot of us are getting addicted of feeling hate, throwing hate, something. Something that makes us feel alive, like a dopamine rush to the brain. I mean, take a good look at yourselves. How often do you check social media? How often do you look on your phone, on your laptop, on your tablet, and you scroll to every single post you see on Twitter, every single post you see on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook? You see something that strikes a chord with you, and you just have to feel the need to comment, and then you didn't like how the comment turned out, so then you go back on it, and it's like a chess match for you. It's a chess match for most of you, me included. It's about this. It was never about the facts of what's right or what's wrong. It's just how you make you feel. You want to feel like a winner that day. You want to feel like a winner today. So you go on Instagram, you go on TikTok, you go on Twitter, and you spew all sorts of nonsense. And then you get mad when someone else who spills a lot of nonsense speaks to that nonsense to you, and you don't like that nonsense. So what do? You throw back more nonsense. And that other person throws back even more nonsense. And back and forth till there's nothing but unresolved issues and name calling. And then you go to sleep at night thinking that you won. You haven't won anything, my friends. What did you win? What did you win? More hours with the therapy? With the therapist? Huh? More antidepressants? What is it? What is it? I mean, come on. Answer me. What is it? I don't get it. Why do we put ourselves through this mess? Why do we put ourselves through these situations? Why? I don't know. But me, being the guy who loves that dopamine, just like most people do, I have to have something that filled that void of not going on social media every single day. So what happened? Elden Ring. Have you played Elden Ring? It's unheard of. I mean, you start out as a piece of shit. You don't have any health. You don't know what you're doing. You're just walking around. You're lucky with your little sword that you can beat up a few soldiers. But then after a while, you learn and you progress and you grow, and then you become a complete badass in the world of this frightening scenario of dark monsters and legions and God, what else? I mean, it was directed by George R. Martin. I forgot the. Oh my god, I'm a little high right now. No, the fact of the matter is that this game is amazing. You have to buy it. You have to play it if you haven't already. The DLC is coming out next June, and I'm already a New Game Plus 3. I cannot believe I'm even saying I'm a New Game Plus 3. I played Elden Ring far more than I played Destiny. To all my friends who have seen me play Destiny before, the reason I wasn't even there for this past week is because of Elden Ring. For the whole month, I was playing Elden Ring. Marvel Snap, I don't even play that. Elden Ring. It is the most addictive game on the planet, and YouTube is your friend in how to navigate through all of you. But it's amazing to do all the experts and the rankings of different swords and weapons and incantations and spells. And this is for the Elden Ring crowd, so if you're tuned out, I'm sorry. And all that. It's like I said, it's absolutely amazing. You gotta buy it. You got to. So that's what I've been doing for all this time, just dealing with Elden Ring. And you know what? Weeks went by, and I feel to myself, let me just dip into the toe back to pro wrestling again, right? Even though I haven't been paying much attention to pro wrestling does not mean I don't know what was going on. WWE have their King of the Ring, King and Queen of the Ring tournament. Cody was facing Logan Paul. Those are about the two things I remember. Out of everything else that has went on in the WWE, that's the only thing I can remember. I didn't remember much about Randy Orton. I didn't even know who Randy Orton was facing. All I remember was Logan Paul and Cody and how people were just marking the fuck out when they see a drone swinging by Logan Paul as he made that frog splash onto Cody at the table, and like that's the greatest thing in their entire lives. AEW says, "Hold my beer." No, but let's get back to that. Logan Paul is not a YouTuber. I mean, he still does YouTube, but he's at this point right now, he can't be referred to as a YouTuber. He can only be referred to as a wrestler. Right? He's a wrestler. He's a wrestler. He's a real wrestler. All right? He's not a celebrity wrestler anymore. It's like the more that he performs, the more he improves, the more I think is absolutely good. It's absolutely good. I mean, listen, shout out to Logan Paul. He put his energy drink smack dab in the middle of the ring and no one gives a shit. The legacy of the WWE of all those years. Prime bottle in the middle of the ring, no one cares. Saudi Arabia, we don't care. Prime, yeah, that's fine. Just like that. And they expect us to just accept it. Oh my God. How many of you are even drinking Prime right now? That thing is nasty for you, by the way. Nah. Too many chemicals. Seriously. No, I mean, come on. Seriously? Nia Jax, she got the squash in the night. Nia Jax got the squash in the night. She squashed Valkyra. I don't even know it was planned or whatnot, but you know what? It's that one little moment she subconsciously said to herself, you know what, bitch? I'm just going to go into business for myself here. It's like, yo, you trying to powerbomb me? You know what? Oh my God. It was a mental error on Valkyra's part, thinking that she is that strong, that she can powerbomb Nia Jax like that. No. Nia Jax will squash you. And she basically squashed you down to the bottom of the division. Congratulations. Let's see how you get up from that one. Who's the key in the ring? Oh, Gunther. I mean, come on. I mean, everyone knows that Gunther was going to be there. Come on. I mean, the next pay-per-view is Clash at the Castle. King Gunther is more appropriate. And then they're going against Drew McIntyre. And then what? Bash in Berlin coming up? What is this? You're reenacting World War II? What is this right here, man? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. They did Australia. No. You want to impress me? Why don't you do a pay-per-view in India? How about that? Do a pay-per-view in India. They have the largest freaking cricket stadium in freaking India. Just go play around India like that. Have you treated the great Khali nice? That's the question, because that's going to determine, right? Which leads me to Double or Nothing. Can you answer me this question, folks? Why is it? Listen, every time that there's a WWE pay-per-view, up to this point, where it's not like, WrestleMania or whatever, it's taken like, yeah, we'll see. AEW pay-per-views just feel like a big deal. I don't know why. From the pre-show to just what it is, I don't know. It's a feeling. I don't know. It's something special, right? Because when it comes to the WWE, it's the same old, right? The veterans are still there. The people that we grew up with at NXT, they're still there. They have their balance, and that balance is good for them. The unpredictability which is AEW at times. Just the crowd, different vibe. You know, it's just everything is just a different vibe. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand a company like AEW to get treated so poorly when they're in fact so very, very good at what they do. You know, and just do not deny yourselves this. A lot of you people who talk about how much Dynamite sucks, how much Collision sucks, how much AEW is dead, how much AEW can't do lick of shit, how Tony Khan is a clown, how he's this, how he's that, and yet, month after month after month, better pay per view, better pay per view, better pay per view, better pay per view. I cannot even remember a worse pay per view. In my experience, I think the worst pay per view was World's End. I thought that World's End was the worst pay per view. I know because I was there live. You know why I think it was the worst pay per view from my experience? Because the trip I have to take to get to Nassau Coliseum all the way from Manhattan. I do not drive. I don't like driving. So I take the transportation just like any type of regular citizen out there. And lo and behold, you know, you have to do a lot to get to Nassau Coliseum if you don't have a car. I can't say that to you. Vibe is crazy, you know, but it's just like, man, it is what it is. It just fell flat. But despite all of that, even World's End was better than, I can't even remember the last WWE pay-per-view where I can remember that's not WrestleMania or Royal Rumble. Yes, that's it. You know what? That's it. That's it. That's it. Without WrestleMania and Royal Rumble, you really have nothing. You really have nothing. It's just uncanny to me. It's just uncanny to me. Those are the two times I actually really like pay attention. It's weird. Oh my god. I'm sorry. It's just weird to me, man. Let's really talk about this. Let's talk about this. Will Ospreay, Roderick Strong. Fantastic match. Both of these guys very brawny. The Tiger Driver 91 is back into effect again, but he is the new champion. So all is well with the world. Will Ospreay, new into okay, you're gonna see a vibe here. You're gonna see something moving on here. So he's the new champion. Bam Bam Gang defeats the Death Triangle to retain the Trios Championships with a little bit of help from Juice Robinson. The juice is loose again, folks. The juice is back. So you got the juice, and then follow the juice with Tony Storm. Juice and Storm. Wow, what a couple, huh? To be a fly. To be a fly in their household, you know, just for one night. Just to, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Retain the Women's Championship. Viva Salute Deeb. There's doing a little bit of a split now. Could we see Mariah May versus Tony Storm? Perhaps an all-in? That would be interesting. That'll be quite interesting right here. We shall see. Orange Cassidy defeats old best friend Trent Beretta Viva Pinfall. Can I say I didn't really pay much attention to this match? You know, I mean, I was looking past it. Another one, Chris Jericho defeating Hook and Shibata. Yeah, those two I wasn't really digging. At least Cassidy and Trent, they have something planned going, but I'm just not a fan of Chris Jericho. This is bad. Why does Chris... I'm starting to understand what people are saying about Chris Jericho. I didn't want to admit it because I love Chris Jericho. Man, I think he's a pioneer. I think he's one of the greatest wrestlers out here. He is truly a Hall of Famer. You have to respect his pedigree the respective championships that he has made. He even done that with a tour of Fozzy. He's very talented. He's a talented man. Talented. All right. I hope everyone can agree with me on that Chris Jericho is the greatest of all time in what he does, right? I hope so. Please. Because he is truly the greatest of all time. We don't want to see you for a while, Chris. We don't. And we don't want to see you with the likes of Hook and Shibata. This feels more like a trios tag team being built here. What the hell is going on? What is it doing for Hook to be going up against, Chris Jericho and Shibata? I mean, God, I love Shibata. I love Shibata. But if you have WWE's answer to, to Nakamura in his state, may I present to you Katsuyori Shibata. All right? I know both men do not speak, English very well. Shibata, not so much, but at least when Nakamura tries to do it, it has some smoothness to it. Some badassery. Him saying things into the computer like he's Stephen freaking Hawking. I don't know if I'm on board with that, if you ask me. I'm just saying. Perhaps it would be nice if Shibata just, branch out himself real well. Maybe get a nice hot female interpreter. What is Sheeta doing these days? I don't know. We gotta figure something out here. He needs a badass interpreter. Shibata needs a badass interpreter. That's what I think that will move his product forward. Anyway. Jon Moxley defeating Konosuke Takeshita. I have to admit, I did not like the finish. I mean, I didn't like the finish. Takeshita should have won. He was playing the methodical game of going after Jon Moxley's shoulder that he injured the night before, right? He injured that the night before, supposedly. And you mean to tell me that a one-armed man from freaking Ohio have defeated freaking Katsuyori Shibata? Who was the biker dude from Lionheart or Bloodsport, right? It's like him going up against Bolo, all right? Like, he was killing him. He was killing him throughout the entire fight. And somehow he pulled out a win due to a mistake? Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? See, he should have been dead. The man should have been dead. I would have loved, you know what? I would have loved AEW to play that game with New Japan like that. I would love AEW to do that swerve and just gave Takeshita the damn win. Let him have the win. He should have had the damn win, dude. My God. That was a good fight. I mean, dude, it wasn't believable for Moxley to win, overcoming the odds like that with some grit and vinegar, right? With some grit and vinegar. Okay. But Takeshita's the man, all right? He's nasty. He's the full package right there. He's the dude. They need to start booking him right. With a little bit of elbow grease, he could be the next Brock Lesnar. All right? He's on his way. This guy looks so indestructible. Oh, my goodness. Who knows? If it wasn't for New Japan and AEW politics, I would honestly, truly think that they would have pulled a swerve and let Takeshita just beat Moxley just to see what happened. That would have put more buzz on the IWGP Championship if an eternal change happens with that. Then you have the Japanese people like, yo, what the hell is going on here? Oh boy, it's crazy. It's crazy to me. But not as crazy as Adam Copeland and Malachi Black in a barbed wire steel cage match. My God. I didn't even think this feud was this bad that we have to take it to dark, deep places, but here we are, and they liked it. They liked it. This was a match that they were hoping they would get if both of them were in the WWE right now. Back then. You know? This was going to be the type of match that, sells tickets. And boy, did it delivered. Oh, my God. Well, wrapped in barbed wire, blood all over the place. And Edge. Oh, poor Edge. Edge. You had second thoughts, didn't you? It's when you jumped off. The moment that your feet touched the ground, you had an oh shit moment. And it was that split second of hesitation why you didn't commit yourself all the way. You didn't commit yourself all the way. Yeah, lay flat there on. Oh my God. I don't know which one is worse. Can you even walk, sir? Please tell me you can walk just fine. That was damn near brutal. That was the most insane thing I ever seen in my entire life, man. Shout out to Adam Copeland. Shout out to Edge. And he brought the Brood back. He brought Gangrel back. You know, this was the first time in wrestling pay-per-view history that we had all three members of the original Brood appearing in a pay-per-view. It may not be together, but they were all featured on one pay-per-view. Can you believe that? What is it, 25 years later? That's historical. Gangrel coming back. Then you got Christian Cage, what we'll talk about later. Oh my God. This was amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I loved it. And anyone, I'm sorry, anyone on social media tells you that Adam Copeland versus Malachi Black in a barbed wire steel cage match wasn't the best wrestling match they have seen this weekend, they are lying to you. They did not buy the pay-per-view. They did not see it. They refused to see it. They're acting like schmucks. They're acting like schmucks. That's it. That's it. They're acting like schmucks. I'm sorry. Grow a pair. Boo-hoo. Watch the freaking match. You're going to love it. Mercedes Moné defeats Willow Nightingale to become the new TBS champion via pinfall. Wow. This is amazing. What happens now? What happens now? I love how they pivot from Mercedes Moné winning the title to Chris Statlander laying out her former best friend. Wow, that sucks for Willow. That's so bad. But you see how the attention has been slightly pulled away from Mercedes Moné. So it's like, yeah, she's our TBS champion now. She's in movies. She has connections. She's a good marketing mind. We need her with the belt. We love you as a wrestler, you know? And you, but the fact is you did win. You won in New Japan and you became Willow Nightingale. So in all intents and purposes, you got your success. Congratulations. No one would ever deny you again. You are a star and a major player in AEW. But when you got a commodity like Mercedes Moné, and the women delivered, she delivered, she did it good. You gotta send that rock hot. You gotta set it up. Let's see how she rolls with it. All right. On her first night, she became champion. You know what I mean? It gotta be very obvious, right? It gotta be very obvious that she will win on her first night, right? She's the best female wrestler on the planet. She came from the WWE with the likes of Becky Lynch and Bayley and Charlotte, the four horsewomen. So no doubt she's the best in the world. She's been pedigreed into the system. You should be congratulating her with that. She took it to a whole new level and she made it all about wrestling while everyone else was making it all about loyalty, about or themselves or their aspirations, just like everyone else. Her aspiration is to wrestle the best. Well, let's see how she goes with it. She talks a big game saying that AEW is the place where the women wrestle, right? I want Mercedes Moné versus Athena. Can you make that happen, Tony Khan? That's your money match. I don't even think those two women ever faced each other before. Maybe once on NXT. I don't remember. But the way I see things right now, Athena being the face of ROH as the longest reigning women's champion. She got to be the longest reigning women's champion. And Mercedes Moné, in her own right, being the most decorated and now TBS champion. I mean, the money is right there. Should we sign a petition? Should we sign a petition to make that happen? Yeah. Swerve Strickland defeated Christian Cage to retain the AEW World Championship Fever pinfall. Kind of gotten slow from the beginning. I have to admit, the bill wasn't really that much for me. I mean, I know that Swerve was going to win. It was just like AJ Styles versus Cody. You know that Cody was going to win. It's just there. It was like, we know. I was expecting a much better opponent for Swerve than Christian. But you know what? Christian did deserve a championship spot. He carried AEW on his back by being the TNT champion for so long. And he made that belt very entertaining. So yeah, why not reward him for a title opportunity like that? It's only fair. The man has been solid for AEW. He's one of the very best. He's one of him, Adam Cole. I mean, these guys are the very best. It's such a shame that the people from the other company who once loved them and cherished them are now saying that they suck or they're terrible. You know they don't suck, and you know that they're not terrible. You love them. You're just mad they're not there with you right now. And that is okay. So what? Move on. You know? You can still see them. You've seen them into a different version, a different light. You see a version of them of like what happens when you have creative control, when you have freedom over what you want to do. I have no idea who is ringing my bell. Hold on. Who's ringing my bell? Who is this? Hello? Hold on. Oh. I'm like, who is this? Yeah, I had to edit that out. I had to edit that out. That sucks. That sucks. Amazon, you know? Gotta love that 2-day shipping. Anyway, what was I? The Elite and Team AEW. This was pure chaos from the start to the finish. I love the fact that they just let them have their little entrances with the exception of freaking Jack Perry, and it just all went at it. It was wild. It was insane. It was crazy. I mean, people getting ran over by cars, Darby Allin being suspended. It was like, come on, dude. Come on. You know, like, that was insane. I loved it. It was fun. Oh yeah, the final countdown. Oh, switching to all the songs. It's like, listen, it is anarchy in the damn arena. All right, screw your logic. You want logical. You want logic. You want to make sense. There is nothing to make sense about this. It's called anarchy in the arena for a reason. Pure anarchy. That's it. Pure wild craziness. Just because A certain amount of you want to listen to some old rich dude from Kentucky about what is good wrestling. Does not mean that the rest of us do not see this and feel like, holy shit, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. How dare you shit on those people who are enjoying themselves right now? You angry little fucks. You angry little fucks, seriously. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourselves. It was fantastic. You know what? MJF, right? That's what you're mad about. That's what you're very much mad about. MJF is not your property anymore, is it? It was never your property to begin with, right? Just like Seth was never the property. Just like Becky Lynch is going to be the property of yours. Accept it. You have this delusional sense of grandeur that you are the only organization in the entire world and that no one else should exist in your world. That is dumb, that is stupid, and you gotta stop. It is not good for your mental health. MJF is AEW and he's here to stay. It says so on his tattoo. You don't like it? Tough. And I love the people saying, oh, well, he could just cover that shit up when he's back on the E or whatever. You know, they're still hanging on hope that someday they'll see MJF in the WWE. And you will. You will. The guy is young. He's like, what, 26? He's young. He has more than enough mileage to go. Look at Edge. You're not going to get MJF when he's old. You'll probably get him when he's at his prime. By the time that happens, someone else could either replace him in AEW or whatnot. It all depends on where he wants to go. We don't know what the future holds. I still believe on a joint pay-per-view between WWE and AEW. I honestly, truly believe that is the right solution. If people can just get their heads out of their asses and work out a real deal, we can have the greatest wrestling program on the planet. No, but everyone wants to be in competition with each other and say, who, you suck, I'm great, blah, blah, blah. You want to talk about all this garbage. Yeah, congratulations. You feel good right now, right? You got your dopamine hit. I bet you're on your little Twitter right now talking about how, you know, the pay-per-view sucks. You didn't watch it. I love AEW, but, you know, there's simple trolls out there. Simple trolls, you know. Those guys who don't really have a life because this is all they live for, all they breathe for. Their current lives are not helping out the way they want to, so they need to let it out. They need to dish it out. They need to get their feelings and frustrations out. And how they can do it? By being anonymous online. That's how they do it. By being anonymous online. That's how they do it. And they're like fishermen, right? They're trying to catch the fish. The fish is you. If you choose to accept it, if you choose it, what negative comment triggered you this morning, huh? What little invert, what a little word or tone? I like people trying to assume people's tones of voices by the rate of their typing. Like you can read lips like that. You guys speak so highly of yourselves. It's so pathetic. You need to do better. Yeah, you need to do better. We all need to do better, me included. We're all still very young. We all still have shit that we need to take care of. So if you fuck up in the past, so what? You would build on the future. What's the past? The past is done. It's done. I like how people are trying to say, oh, he's bringing out 2022, what is it? 2002 Triple H jacket. Yeah, you're mocking this jacket. Yeah, he wants to be WWE so bad. Why? Who gives a shit? The man pays homage to the people who paved the road for people like him to make it. The hell is wrong with you? This is not about you. This is not about you. This is about the man, not the company. Get that shit out of your asses already. My God. Oh my God, it's a badass jacket. I wouldn't even know there was Triple H's jacket until some douchebag from freaking Twitter say, "Oh, it looks like Triple H's jacket," and then everyone see this is the power of fucking social media. This is a one idiot said it looks like Triple H's jacket, and another person said, "You're right, it looked like Triple H's jacket," and then it goes on and on and on until boom, guys are little busy bodies, man. Smoke some grass or something, or maybe don't. Maybe that's why you're so chattery and gibbery. Damn right. So what have I learned from all this? Right? What I've learned from all this. We are addicted to dopamine. Um, we need to be more grateful for what we have, and we need to relax every once in a while. We need to relax and just enjoy the finer things in life, and then instead of just complain every single thing. I don't know why we can't love both. You people fucked it up so much, man. You messed up pro wrestling. You, the viewer, you messed up pro wrestling. You allow podcasters like Jim Cornette, JD from New York, all these guys influence you in wanting to make a decision for yourselves in terms better yourself or something like that. Really, you're better than that. Seriously, this is ridiculous. It really is. It's Don't do that. Don't go do that rabbit hole. You know, you giving people money? Why are you giving people like JD or Cornette money? Why? Yes, they're entertaining. That's great. You wanted to succeed. That's nice. You know, listen. Would I be grateful if anyone were to give me a few dollars here and there? Yeah, fine, whatever. Thank you. I have to figure out a way to return it in kind. But I don't search for it and I don't look for it. The reason I do these podcasts is that I want to get things out of my chest. And if anyone just listens to me, even one person, I've done my job already. Will it be a thankless job? Perhaps. Would I get not many comments? Yeah, of course. But I know I have 149 subscribers, and I'm sure that one person will make it 150. And quite frequently, that's fine by me. The fact is, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I want you guys to think for yourselves. Once in your lives, think for yourselves. AEW is hot. You know what? Let's really scratch all this because I also get the whole entire thing, right? We've been through the dark days right now. We're suffering from wrestling overload. That's what I'm trying to get around. We're getting burnt out from watching too much wrestling. We need to take a step back. The single individual, who decided to take a step back is probably having a better appreciation for wrestling as a whole right now rather than in a sense of two companies. Because France taught me something. I want to be a fan again. I want to be a fan of pro wrestling again. I want to enjoy these moments instead of just fighting with one another. What they have there in France is beautiful. What we have here is dog shit, and you know it, man. You know it, sister. Come on. Don't lie to me and do not lie to yourselves. Do not lie to yourselves. That's all I'm saying, man. You are better than that. You are better than that. And that's why I've learned. And I'm going to be taking this lesson moving forward. Well, you know what? I got back on social media. And you know what? I hear the same talk too. AEW is going to be dead. MJF is on the sinking ship. He's on the losing. He ain't all great anyway. He's not truly the best. And the cycle just keeps on continuing and going and going and going. It's a shame. It's a real shame. Do you really need that in your life? Do you really need all that energy? Would you rather just put your energy towards something else a little bit more positive than that, like I did with Elderly? I'm just saying. Take a break from social media, even if it was for 1 week. You have different accounts. You sure you could give up Facebook for a week? You could give up Twitter for a week and see how it makes you feel. Just to see how it makes you feel. I want you to be aware of yourself. I want you to be aware of your surroundings and what triggers, what makes you want to do it. And then you'll realize why. And then from that, you make your decision if you want to continue or not. That choice is yours on that moment, but at least you know why things are happening. I hope this gets through to some person, to someone. That's what I really want. 45 minutes long to talk about all of this is unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. This is unedited, by the way. There's nothing to edit. You want the raw emotion? Here it is. You want the justifiable truth? Here it is. Take that as you will. But I have to thank you to my 150 subscribers and counting, because there will be 150. I will continue to build these videos as often as I feel like it, depending on it. So I just hope you have some insight and let me know your comments, let me know your likes, your dislikes, whatever. Talk shit about my hat, I don't care. Just let me know how you feel. And until next time, I'm going to say